Welcome everyone to another episode of doing challenges in the ESL Cup. For today's episode, I'm going to be doing Thor builds only, Thor cheeses, Thor rushes, math Thors, who knows. And the first game already looks very exciting because we're going to be playing as a known cannon rusher. I don't know how I'm going to beat that with a Thor counterattack or something, but let's find out. So you guys might remember the name of my opponent. His name is Poker, and I think we actually played him in last week. I'm not sure if it's 2 weeks ago or last week, but we played him with my Zerg. He actually upset Disc back then, a 6.5k Protoss player. And now I'm going to have to beat him with Thors. Now, I think I played him one game with Zerg and one game with Terran. And the game I played with Terran, he cannon rushed me. I looked at his match history, and he actually cannon rushes a lot. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to be able to hold a cannon rush for sure. At least I would hope so. I should. But then, normally you win against cannon rushes by doing like a really fast counterattack, maybe a Hellion drop, Marine drop, get damage done. Well, they're still recovering from their investment in the Forge. But how on earth am I going to do that with a Thor? I don't know. Now, there's no rule that I'm only allowed to make Thors or anything like that, but I do want to make sure my builds revolve around Thor. So I want to do, some kind of Thor rush, maybe some kind of... I could even do a tank push and then transition into a mass Thor composition, anything like that. We're going to have to see. Now, we're not being cannon rushed yet. There is a sneaky probe here. Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, I guess we're just going to have to go for the standard cannon rush hold. He's not doing... Oh, he is actually going to go for a triple pylon wall. All right. Yeah, this is the least exciting cannon rush, I think. It's usually pretty easy to hold. I did actually stop moving my SCVs there for a second. That's a little bit of a mistake. Now, I'm actually getting in here a little bit late, I have to admit. I might actually just give up on this location for a bit. Maybe see if I can damage some of the probes. That'd be really nice. Oh, I was trying to make an orbital. I didn't realize my my thingy wasn't ready yet. My barracks, sorry. I'm gonna make... Should I make a bunker? I could actually be making a bunker here. Probably seems like a right idea. And then I can't really be hurt by anything. Let me just make sure to swarm this probe hard enough. Oh, he's actually gonna try and build a cannon there, looks like. Yeah, I'll just keep swarming it. He might actually build a pylon. That's not going to do anything. There we go. And this rush is held. Now, I'm probably going to lose a depot, which is going to be a little bit annoying. So, I don't think I really held this fantastically, to be honest, but it's going to be good enough. Let's see. I'm actually not sure if this bunker is in range of the pylons. Let's see. It's going to be... No, actually only that pylon. Oh, that sucks. Can I repair this without being hit? I kind of doubt it. Oh, I actually can. Okay, I'll do that for a little bit. Actually, my depot is going to be fast enough, so I don't have to. Now, I could go for a one-base Thor. It's probably very expensive. Keep in mind, I did lose a few SCVs. I lost an insane amount of mining time, of course. So, wait, can I hit this? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, it's a little bit too far forward. Actually, I'm pretty sure if they're next to each other, you cannot hit the pylon with Marines without being hit. But since it's like a little bit further away, I'll actually be able to kill it. Now, the last time I played against this cannon rush, I defended it like perfectly and he basically died right away. I also was proxying him myself that game. So I can't 100% predict what he's going to do after this. Yeah, I do have to admit, I think getting a Thor in one base is just a little bit too crazy. And if you look at like my gas count and stuff, it doesn't quite seem like it's going to work out. It would definitely be the funny... Actually, we'll just do it, guys. We'll just YOLO it. Let's see what happens. Gonna make the starport first. I'll make a Hellion, and then I'm gonna make an armory after that. I'm a little bit afraid because I don't have a wall. Obviously, if this got scouted by an adept, that would be a massive shame, to say the least. I guess I'll build the armory here, try to get the least chance possible that it's scouted. I'm pretty sure he's actually expanding behind this, so we don't really have to be afraid of anything attacking us. We more have to be afraid of us not killing him after that opener. Because if we're going to play one-base Thor and not kill the opponent, I've made some pretty sick comebacks, but I think that one might be a little bit out of reach. Now, the Hellion is going to provide some nice scouting. I hope he only made one cannon. If there's two cannons, my Hellion is not going to be able to get by, and it probably even dies, depending on if I can react fast enough. Let's see. Oh, it is one cannon. Okay. Let's see if he has anything up here. He's probably just making a Stalker and an Adept or something like that. He's going to Oh, he's going for a Stargate. Oh, that is actually... That could be pretty nice for us, Stargate against Thors, not the best counter ever, I would say. Now, first Thor is on the way. Let's get a... Ooh, I want to kill at least one probe. Doesn't look like he's... Oh, yeah, he's going to give it to me. Hey, there we go. Want some, value for my Hellion here. I want to die to the cannon. It's a more honorable death. There we go. I don't want the Stalker chasing me down to kill me. Now, can I kill him with one Thor is the question. He's probably going to make a battery here at some point, if I would have to guess. Now, normally if you do a one-base Thor, you pull SCVs with it. I think I'm going to go a little bit crazy and do a one-base Thor expand. Please do not try this at home, guys. Or actually, do try it. It's probably going to be fun. It's probably going to be awful, but it's probably going to be fun. So I guess, depending on how you want your StarCraft, do you want it fun? Or do you just want to win? I guess you can make that decision for yourselves. I'm going to do a 1 base... Actually, I'm going to cancel that Marine so I can make another Thor. 1 base SCV pool expand. So it's going to be like a Omega mind game. He's going to see the SCVs and be like, okay, if I hold this, I won. But then I actually have an expansion behind it. Despite my economy being terrible, maybe it is something that could work. Now, let's find out if he has a battery, first of all. I'm going to have to put this in the good anti-air mode. Surround it with SCVs. And then I guess we'll see. I mean, there's no battery here yet, so that's actually very reassuring. The only thing that could really kill this without a battery is like a bunch of Void Rays. Not just a Void Ray, but actually a bunch of Void Rays, and it doesn't seem like he has those. I'm gonna go very far forward with this, because it just doesn't really feel like he has any units. He has one cannon. Yeah, I really need to get the SCVs on the Thor. If the SCVs are on the Thor, nothing can kill it. Like, actually, nothing is gonna kill that Thor. I'm even starting to wonder. Is that a carrier? He's making a freaking carrier, guys? 1 base Thor. What? Is this a world first, guys? 1 base carrier against one, or 2 base carrier against 1 base Thor. This is not normal. Let me actually target the Thor. Yo, not even the SCVs can die. The SCVs were repairing each other, so they stayed alive. I mean, he can keep trying to kill me, but that Thor just can't die. This Thor is literally unkillable, and there we go. We have beaten the cannon rush with a 1 base Thor. Now, and he was making a Tempest after. Oh, it was 2 Stargates. Wait, didn't he just... I'm pretty sure, yeah, those were from the same... Ah, I wasn't finished yet, okay. I was wondering, why is he from the same Stargate? He went 1 Stalker, 1 Cannon, no battery, into Carrier Tempest. I can't wait to see what Game 2 has in store for us. Game number 2 against Poker. This is the moment when we find out if Poker has anything else in store than Cannon Rushing. I feel like if we get Cannon Rushed again, I'll honestly be a little bit disappointed. Like, I don't mind when people mix in Cannon Rushes. If their entire build repertoire is to only be able to do Cannon Rushes, I would be a little bit disappointed. I want to see something else cheesy. I want him to take the gold, whatever he wants. And I guess this game, maybe I could do some kind of a weird blind counter by walling super fast. Because his probe didn't come in early. Normally when they cannon rush you, their probe comes in super early and you're like, okay, yeah, that's either this guy just wants to be hella annoying or he's gonna cannon rush me. His probe actually came in after my barracks started for, I want to say, quite a few seconds already. Maybe like 5 or 7 seconds. So I easily could have put a depot next to it. The only thing is, I would love to play double gas. I don't think I can play double gas and wall off really fast. That just kind of sounds like, you know, a little bit of a disaster, economically, at least. I could be making a depot now, for example. I think I'm not going to do it, though. His probe, he's going to cannon rush me anyway. Poker, poker, poker. We're going to need some Neil builds, my friend. We cannot be cannon rushing every single game as our only build. That is just not cool. We need something better than this, my friend. Cannon rushing is cool now and then, but we need something else as well. I guess I'll just do it like this, actually. Oh, no, he failed. Oh, no, is that going to be it? He failed to put the pylon. Oh no, Poker, my friend, not like this. This is even worse than the disappointment of just being a cannon rusher. He was supposed to cancel that pylon and make another one so his probe could escape. Instead, he loses it, and now he just has nothing. He can't even enter my base again with a probe. We have to make a cannon here. I guess you can't lose to this kind of stuff by being overconfident, because he could just start like a few cannons here, break the wall, make a bunch of cannons there, and who knows. Realistically, though, he's in a pretty rough spot here. And I'm actually going to try to expand in the back base instead. Now, I also have another really cool Thor strategy besides doing 1 base Thor that I would love to share for you guys. So far, I haven't gotten the opportunity yet, but I actually have a style called Thor Banshee, which is, at this point, it's probably already a few years old. It's definitely a bit of a meme style. But I personally think it is the best way to play mech against Protoss. If you guys didn't know, mech is absolutely terrible against Protoss normally. If you play mech against Protoss, you're really just trying to have fun. You're not trying to get MMR at all. But Thor Banshee actually gave me a few wins against high-profile Protoss players. So maybe that is the way for me to get further in this challenge. Our next opponent is also going to be a Protoss player, but a way higher level Protoss player. It's going to be Nina, who is a pro Protoss. Probably, I'm going to say about 6.3k MMR. That seems like a good average estimate. Now, does he even... He probably has a cannon here, right? Yeah, he has one cannon. That means he is going to get bullied forever on that gas, though. I'm not going to let him mine this gas at all. I can probably even hit the mineral line from here. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't think he's going to have a Stalker quite yet. It's going to take a little bit more. Keep in mind, he did take the Nexus very fast, right? And my Marine is just going to be chilling here, killing a few. Just try to get more damage. You see still no Stalker building here. This is just going to do an incredible amount of damage, one Reaper. Normally, you don't really have the luxury of making a Reaper against a Cannon Rush. Because you need Marines to kill the cannons. But here, I defended it with just my SCVs alone because he messed up. And now we're just... yeah, super chilling, I guess is the best way to put it. Now, I guess this game we're just gonna go for a similar push to last game, but with a better economy, going for a later setup on the Thors. And I feel like it's gonna have a really good chance to work. Because this Reaper is doing so much damage. It only has 1 kill, but he has been mining so little, you know, comparatively. Especially compared to the last game. He's just being tortured here. Keeps having to move them away for the mining time. Now, let's get a... what is it called? Let's get an armory as well. Just gonna lift this right after the SCV comes back so we don't waste any time on those minerals returning. And even though I've won... actually, it feels weird because it does say only 1 kill, but it feels like I did an incredible amount of damage, right? And I did. Kind of feel like that Reaper should have like a, you know, 200 damage stat on it or something instead of just a kill counter. The kill counter does not do it justice. Guys, I just got an Omega idea. Yo, when is his armor finishing, though? I could have made a tank, actually. I should have made a tank instead of waiting. That's a big mistake. Now, I guess I'll delay my Thor by probably about 15 seconds or so. But that's fine. A little bit of a mistake by me, but it's all good. And I actually have enough money to be able to make a medevac right away, too. Now, my idea is to actually mine this out. I can also just elevator over it, actually. Would that work? I think it kind of does make sense, because he clearly likes to be greedy, get into the late game. And he might just not have any cannons or batteries there besides the one that's in his mineral line. Now, let's see what he's up to. I'm also going to be wanting to make a Liberator here. Let's see what's here. He is making a pylon. Oh, so he has a Twilight. He's taking a different approach. Twilight with a bunch of gates. He's not actually doing the exact same thing. So at least he does have different follow-ups. I know he plays the same stuff, but at least he has different follow-ups, which is good to know. I could have definitely saved that Reaper. That's my bad. I should have saved that Reaper even, to be honest. And I guess beyond this, we're going to be taking a third base. I'm just going to wait for my Thor to finish. I'm not going to pull SCVs this time. I could do it, but I don't know. Especially with that Twilight Council finishing. I feel like if he gets charged or so, he should be able to beat my attack pretty easily. And then if I pull SCVs, it's not going to make that much of a difference. I need to be careful for DTs, though. I didn't see a Dark Shrine, but Dark Templars are always a big threat here. So I think I'm going to be trying to save at least 1 scan. Can launch 1 more Buell, but 1 scan should be pretty nice. Let's see, where's my Big Daddy Thor? So yeah, he did make... oh, he is going for charge. Alright, I'm actually gonna... this is so bad for him. I'm gonna be able to hunt these down. Oh my god, he's gonna lose all these Zealots before they get charged. That is so... he had a perfect setup actually with the Zealots, but his charge wasn't quite finished, and that is insanely painful. Liberator is gonna arrive at the scene, and that Liberator is pretty much gonna be unstoppable. Unless this cannon survives through all the madness because of the battery. But I don't think so. Yeah, this Liberator is going to go uncontested forever. Going to get more Thors out. I'm even going to make a Raven, actually. Just in case of desperation DTs ending the base, or entering the base, rather. Let me try to micro this as well as I can. Gonna have to lift the Thor as long as it's low HP, or as soon as it's low HP, rather. And you see I'm going to be able to save every single unit Thor. And Thors actually do 60 damage, by the way. If you guys didn't know, Thors deal out an insane amount of damage. So if they stay alive, it is actually incredibly useful. I do need to juggle it a little bit. There we go. Obviously, my juggle micro is going to be pretty good here. Bang, perfect. If you juggle these Thors, they're so useful. Let's make another factory down here. And all of his gates are depowered. That's going to hurt him a lot. Now he's not going to be able to warp in Zealots. If he had another wave of Zealots here, he might actually be able to defend. But now I'm going to get my second Thor. He has 3 gateways left, I believe, in his main, which is not going to be enough. And all I have to do is just juggle this Thor so it doesn't die. The other Thor is definitely not going to die. It has 400 health. And there we go. That should be it for this game. GG well played is called. And we have 2-0 the Cannon Rusher with Thor counterattack. So now you guys see, if you ever want to be fancy, it is doable. Probably recommend a more simple counterattack like a Marine Hellion drop. But anyway, let's get ready for our pro Protoss player opponent, Nina. Alright, Moon Dance against Nina. You can see that shiny Grandmaster border looking good. I think she's probably somewhere in top 5 or top 10 Grandmaster in NA at this point. So it's going to be a very tough one, and we're going to have to do it with Thors. But I do already have an idea. Now, I think Nina has changed playstyle since the last time I was really playing in the Americas. Because she used to play a very weird style like Colossus drop, Disruptor drops, but lately I've been mostly playing standard games against Nina, so I don't really know what to expect, but for this map I have an idea. This map is super good for 4-gate blink attacks. So what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna do an opener that is good against that, which is gonna be Banshee tank. And then I'm gonna switch into that style I was telling you guys about, the Thor Banshee. And then hopefully it works. I think this is gonna be one of the hardest challenges yet, actually, playing, you know, Thor-based against the really high Grandmaster Protoss, but we'll see how it goes. Gonna have to do a lot of scouting. Now, this is actually funny because we just played against a cannon rusher. This map, if you guys didn't know, is the best map for cannon rush. So if I would ever get cannon rushed again by someone that is not typically a cannon rusher, it would be on this map. I really hope not, though I guess a hat-trick of cannon rushes in a row would also be kind of funny in its own way. I'm going to go for a normal scout time. I'm going to scout it... Actually, I could scout a little bit early. I'm not quite sure if Nina does proxy gates, but might as well play it a little bit as safe. I really wouldn't like my, you know, one of my Thor games to go to waste to a proxy gate or so. That would be a little bit of a shame. So I'm going to go for a 17 scout, which is really good against proxy gates. Well, I sent it at 18. I sent it a little bit late on accident, but it is basically a 17 scout. I'm going to go for, let's see... I think we're going to go Reaper Hellion, so I can scout appropriately, make tanks and banshees to defend any kind of stalker attacks, and then go into Thor Banshee. That is... It kind of feels like a late Nexus, actually. Is that a late Nexus? I don't think so, right? No. I feel like if it was late, it would be even later, but it does actually feel a little bit like a late Nexus. I guess maybe it's a 17 scout. Is it supposed to arrive before the Nexus is finished? I actually don't think so. But maybe it's... I don't know. It's a pretty short map as well. That's why I'm confused. Like, the rush distance on this map is actually very small. So normally you arrive early. But I guess I don't really usually do 17 scouts, so everything looks weird. It's kind of funny, you know. If you would ask me for... I always say I'm not a timing man. Though I do know a decent amount of timings. But what I mean by that is I would never know if a Nexus timing is like 130 or 142 or 127, you know. What I just know is what I'm supposed to see when my scout arrives. That's basically what I base all my stuff upon. I might get a prober. Oh, it's actually a stalker first. Okay. Or is it an adept that already sneaked out of the base? Don't think it is. Or maybe it is because I'm actually confusing myself a little bit just because I did the scout timing. I should probably stick to my normal scout times because I actually feel very confused. It's a Stargate. All right. Huh. So the Banshee plan is already out of the window. Banshees do not work against Stargate. So what I need to do now is I need to find an adaptation that transitions into Thor Banshee well. Because I'm still going to play Thor Banshee. As long as I have Thors, they're going to be pretty good against any Stargate unit. Then I can get Banshees out. Just not early. So what am I going to do instead? I could maybe pretend to go for one of those 1-1-1 timings. It's very popular against Stargate to go for a 1-1-1. Make something like Cyclone Viking, right? To deal with any kind of Phoenix counts, Marines, and go for it with SCVs. So maybe I could pretend that I'm doing something like that. Take this back base in the meantime. And then go into Thor Banshee. That actually sounds reasonable. The only problem is I don't know if the build works well. Like, it always is a... You know, a little bit of a problem if you've never done a build before. Maybe the resources don't work out at all, and you will not know. I'm just gonna go for a guaranteed scout. I want to see what it is building out of that Stargate. It's probably an Oracle, if I had to guess. Nothing right now, so that means there was probably one Oracle built. If it's Phoenixes, there's always more Phoenixes. Actually, multiple gates going down, so a timing would not work anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this base extra fast. Make sure I have 4 Marines in my mineral line. Split my units so the Oracle doesn't get in for free. And then I guess I should probably go for an instant double gas. There we go. Good denial of that Oracle. It's not even going to see that I have gases in my natural for a pretty long time, which is great. Now, should I make a tank? Actually, I don't have supply for a tank. I guess I should go for double... Actually, double factory right away is pretty greedy, to be honest. It's going to get scouted easily, and then I might actually be in trouble. I'm going to try to build it a little bit sheltered, at least. I'm going to build them here before lifting them off. Let's get a few Marines here, so it can deny the Oracle Scout. And I'm going to get an Armory. Get a Tech Lab on that. Oh, the Oracle actually did get in. Yeah, that's the problem with that. Now, I really hope... Okay, it's not going to scout my factories. That is fantastic news. If it did scout my factories, that would have been a really big problem. Now, I do have to make a few tanks, I think. Maybe 1 or 2 to defend a potential blink attack. This was a Twilight Council, I believe. So it is very likely to be some kind of blink attack, at least. Try to get this bunker filled. Get this one flown away. CC is going to finish to give me supply in time, which is great. Now, if this is 4-gate blink, it's actually a little bit problematic. It looks like it's 3-gate blink. But I guess you never know. Yeah, it is. Oh, it is actually going to be a little bit of an attack. I'm going to make another bunker here just to be safe. And another siege tank. I could even make a triple. Yeah, I'm going to go for a triple siege tank here. Else it's just going to be a little bit too problematic. Forge going down, which is a nice sign of a macro game. Probably has this base or the one on the right side, either of them. Yeah, probably the one on the right side there. There's no way you would make a forge on 2 bases, I believe, so... Oh, that needs to be sieged. Why are you not sieged? Oh my goodness. There's the base, already finished. Armory's up, let's get +1 attack on that. And together with this second bunker, we're gonna be pretty safe. There is... Oh, the Blinkin didn't actually kill the Cyclone initially. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can kill that. There we go. Now it sees the Hellions and the factories, though. That is a big problem. And we're gonna start producing our Thors now. Banshees are going to be scary to make, because even if there are no Phoenixes, there is a Stargate on the map, right? And Phoenixes, they really destroy Banshees, but I think it's going to be alright to get those out now. Actually funny, I don't have any anti-air here. Where's my Viking? There we go. The Oracle could have just flown in and killed my stuff, I think, but it didn't, which is nice. Let's see what's going on here. Now, there are a few things you really want to play against when you play Thor Banshee. The biggest reason why Thor Banshee is good, if you guys are wondering, is because most Protoss players that are not aware of the Thor Banshee strategy, they don't differentiate between just mech and Thor Banshee, even though it's different. If you play mech, you're usually making a lot of siege tanks, you know, you're making maybe a lot of Widow Mines, and then you transition into the late game most typically. But with Thor Banshee, you're really aiming to hit one big attack with just Thors and Banshees. Now, one of the biggest counters in the game to mech, like tanks in particular, tanks and Hellbats, is Archons. So what tends to happen is Protoss players will make a bunch of Archons because they see you're playing mech and they're not differentiating the styles. And the only thing a Thor is really good against for Protoss is Archons. Like, Archons are really bad against Thors, and that's kind of where you can take your victories. Now, the macro is definitely very important, of course. In the Protoss macro as well, and they swarm you with 200 supply of, you know, Zealot Immortal, you're obviously going to be a little bit sad. But if that's not the case, it could be nice. Ooh, that's sentries. See? Oh, I thought I got one, at least. Not bad. I thought I maybe could get both, but it's actually pretty walled in. +1 upgrades on the Zealots only. Now, trading out Hellions is always a little bit tricky, because Hellions are really good to trade, but at the same time, if you ever run out of Hellions, you can't attack anymore, because Zealots will just destroy you. If you don't have like a really good amount of Hellbat, Zealots will overrun you, so you always need to kind of dose that a little bit. Do I want to move out with these Hellions or not? Actually, that's a very awkward position for a factory. I think I'll just build it here. Don't think there really is a good place for that to be built, to be honest. Now, I also want to get Banshee speed. It doesn't seem like I have the money for it, though, sadly. Because it's either Banshee speed or more Thors. In this case, I'm definitely going to prefer the Thors. Now, let's see what's going on. There's a lot of cannons being built. That is probably anti-Banshee, I would guess. So, Nina is aware that I'm making Banshees. I'm gonna move out with these Hellions, but I'm gonna try to not lose them. I mostly wanna scout what the army composition is exactly, more than anything else. Now, I do have 6 Thors. 6 Thors was usually my timing to move out. Those are fake Phoenixes, so I don't have to worry about those. This is gonna be a very scary attack, though. I feel like these attacks are usually pretty hit or miss. And I don't exactly know what the army composition is here for Nina. Let's see. There's an observer here, that's good to know. I don't think we killed it. Okay, so it's gonna be a bunch of disruptors. It's actually not the scariest thing. And she actually wasted all the shots pretty much. She damaged one of my Thors pretty heavily, but besides that also lost the disruptor. And my army does look massive. I do need to get in there though pretty fast. Disruptors are gonna kill me over time, which is obviously a problem. Let's try to split a little bit. Might get another... No, the battery's activated. The battery's activated, you always need to be careful. Let's see... Now, I can't actually kill it because of the battery. That's a shame. We're going for carriers. Okay, I made the perfect choice to move out. Her strategy is very good here, by the way, I have to say. Her strategy to deal with my mass Thors is a really good choice here. And I think it might actually be a little bit too much what she has. Thors pretty bad against carriers. Let's see. It is actually closer than I would think. But she just countered me a little bit too hard from the start, I think. Though we're still barely alive. There's no interceptors left, which is nice. Let's see, can I get the Thors to, or the tanks to shoot on those disruptors at least? Okay, see, this is what I mean. Thors and mech units incredibly bad against Zealots. And I think her strategy was just a little bit too solid. What are the upgrades on those? Yeah, just +1, right? There we go. Let's see, I do have servos. I guess I maybe have one more chance to go back and build up, though this is, yeah, most likely GG. But we're gonna give it one more shot. I don't want to give up too easily. But yeah, if I win this one, that's definitely, you know, time for me to put Comeback of the Year in the title, because that seems a little bit impossible at this point. And it was mostly just the idea of her to go Disruptors really fast instead of making units. It's usually a hard decision to make. Most of the time, Protoss players, or not Protoss players, just anyone in StarCraft wants to make as many units as possible. But what she did was just play very greedy, not make any units, and it was the perfect answer for my timing attack here. So that's really well done by her. That is not a decision that any StarCraft player can just make. Now, I do have a decent surround here, actually. Let's see. Killed a few of her own Zealots with those. That's not bad. Maybe we can chase her down now with these few Hellbats. Ah, please! It would be sick if we killed the Disruptors. Disruptors are a super hard counter to Thors, by the way. Absolutely nothing you can do against those. You can't run. You can't split. Oh, well, actually, I did dodge one of them. That's not bad. Killed a few more of our own Zealots, and there we go. All right, GG. Game number 1. I told you guys it was a really hard challenge. We got destroyed. I do think there was a little bit of luck involved. She made the right decisions, but she was also playing super, super greedy against my mech. And I don't think she realized I was playing Thor Banshee from the start. If this was Cyclone Hellion based, we would have been good. So she got away with greed, but in the end, her strategy was the perfect counter to ours. And that means that Thor Banshee is not going to work again. If this is her answer to mech, I could punish it with other mech styles, but not with this one. So I think it's time to bring out a killer one base all-in. Let's go. Stargazers, the map of dreams, the weird map with the minerals and the back pocket base. Now, I actually looked at a VOD before this, not before this series, but before the entire tournament, because there is actually a one-base Thor all-in in circulation. I bet you guys would love to see it. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I haven't done it in a while, but it used to be pretty strong, and I think if you don't expect it, it can still be very strong, so I'm gonna try it. I watched a VOD of Bunny doing it, one of the absolute best Terrans in the world. If you guys haven't seen his games, he is awesome. Definitely check him out. But one of my favorite builds of his is that he consistently does the Thor all-in. Now, a while ago, I personally decided the one-base Thor all-in was not that good, and this was basically based off the European meta of playing Stargate. If you scout well with Stargate, you can always sniff it out and defend it with Void Rays and batteries. That's what I thought. But Bunny is so consistently doing this build, at least he was for a while, and winning, that, you know, maybe it is actually not bad after all, and I'm gonna give it another shot here. One thing I'm not sure about is whether I'm supposed to wall off fast or not, because I'm gonna go for a double gas, and then I guess I could either wall off or just pretend I'm playing a normal double gas. I think the main difference between a normal double gas and this build is that with a normal double gas, you have to cut SCVs out of gas at some point, else you just can never afford a natural. With this build, I think you never actually take SCVs out of gas, so if my opponent is paying attention to that and sees it, it's going to be a pretty big giveaway. Now, at this point, I'm already too late to do the wall off, so it doesn't matter anymore. Double gas is scouted there. And she's just going to be leaving the base, which is perfect. Like, I'm not quite sure how the timings work out, because the probe is probably going to die anyway at some point. But Reapers take quite a long to build, 32 seconds. And I wouldn't really like to have the probe in my base for 32 seconds, so I'm very grateful that she decided to get out of my base. Now, I'm actually confused that she went to the natural. I'm pretty sure she did realize I was playing double gas. She saw the SCVs returning gas on both sides, so that would be a bit puzzling. Now, by the way, this map might actually be perfect for this strategy, because if you're on one base on this map, it is not automatically suspicious, because you could just be taking this base, right? So this is actually the perfect strategy, or the perfect map for the strategy, I should say. Obviously, there might be better strategies on paper than this, but who knows? So the strategy here is I'm going to go for a mine drop with an armory. If you make an armory, it means the Widow Mines are cloaked, so it's going to be a little bit harder to deal with. And it's more than trying to kill probes, it is actually a distraction maneuver. I want Nina to keep whatever units she has at home, and before or until my Thor shows up, so she won't have time to react, no time to make batteries and all that good stuff. And then, you know, my Thor can come on uncontested. And as you guys could see in the first series, if you have a Thor with mass repairs, it doesn't really die. So that is what it's good for. Now, Nina did play Stargate in the last game. Actually going to try to scout around very well here to see if it's actually a Stargate. Trying to kill my Reaper with probes. That's a very YOLO move. Reapers are very hard to catch. I would actually feel very frustrated trying to kill a Reaper with probes. I mean, I've tried it before, and I'm always telling you guys it's a psycho move because it's so freaking hard. They are so slippery, man. It's insane. It's like, you know, actually a small story. Now, we probably have about a minute of time, so I can tell you guys a small story. I used to always go to Slovenia in the summer vacations. The country doesn't really matter in this context, but that's where we always went to. And me and my brother, I mean, I was like 6 years old or something. I would always try to catch fish in the water with my bare hands. You know, to no one's surprise, it actually never worked, but that's kind of what it feels like to be, you know, catching a Reaper with your freaking workers. I actually didn't see any tech, which is quite surprising. What could it be then if there's no tech in the base? Maybe I could actually distract with my Reaper and then come in with the Widowmine drop in the main. I do think this build definitely has potential. I'm gonna make another medevac as well. See, get that Thor going. So there's a gateway here. Reaper or mine drop is coming into the base right now. Let's drop 2 mines. There we go. He's trying to kill him with the workers. That is actually crazy. Let's see. Oh, okay. Pretty decent hit. Is that a robo? Oh, the robo's late. The Widowmines are not going to be detected for ages, guys. This is huge. These Widowmines are going to stay in the base forever. Or, well, probably for one more shot. Not quite forever. But they're going to stay there for a long time. And now it's time to pull the workers. I think I have to pull about 10. 10 workers sounds about right. I'll probably take 1 from the gas as well. And you see, this distraction is perfect. I do think going up against Stalkers is going to be rough. I would rather see something else. Oh, what's this? Target fire? Yes, perfect shot there on the workers. I think it was 4 workers killed. This one might also still go off, actually. And now my Thor is going to fly across completely uncontested. I'm actually gonna buy some time here. This is what you can do with the Widowmine to buy time. You just retarget so it never shoots. And then the probes are forced to move. Let's see. Even unburrow it for a little bit, because why not? So much time bought here, guys. And now the Thor has arrived. And we're gonna be able to shoot down the battery instantly. Oh, my SCVs are actually super late here, though. Massive mistake there by me. Okay, don't need to pick that off. There we go. Need to make sure this never dies. If the Thor dies, we lose. Okay, looks like we've managed to repair it just enough. She does have a lot of Stalkers, which means it's going to be hard to keep this alive. I do think the Stalker strategy is probably the best strategy you could have hoped for against this. Yeah, very close on that mistake there, though. That could have been a disaster, but instead it ends up being all right. I'm going to hold position the Thor so he doesn't keep walking forward annoyingly. I do need to press the issue a little bit, though. Let's see how much damage I can do. Actually, a good amount of damage there. The medevac even survived somehow, which is insane. And now the Thor is going to be on top of the worker line. Nope, hold position, the Thor. Let's see, I only have 3 workers left, so it is going to be hard to, you know, finish the job with just 3 workers repairing the Thor. But I think since I'm such in range of the mineral line, this Thor is probably just going to get the job done. Medevac's going to stay alive, and the Thor has done it against the high GM Pro. This all-in, maybe it is strong. I do have to say, the Widowmine distraction was insane. The Thor gets in, and as you can see, we won, I want to say pretty convincingly. Keep in mind, we did have another Thor on the way. I had 16 SCVs against 8, so it's nice. Now, the question is, can I do this build again? Is there another Thor build we can win with in game 3? Let's find out. Map 3 on Tropical Sacrifice. Classically a macro map, pretty hard to all in on. I think I'm not gonna go for a Thor all in again, but what I am gonna do is try to get a few mind games in there. I'm actually gonna try and mix the strategies I've done so far. I do definitely want to try to get a macro game going, because I think if I get my factory scout a little bit later, if I maybe win the mind game battle a little bit more, maybe I can actually win with the attack I did in the first game. The first game, it looked so rough because we were really, maybe even blind countered to some extent by the strategies you chose, but really just from the start is what matters the most. If you get countered 2 minutes later, it already makes a massive difference. So I think I'm just going to try to do a similar strategy, but make it look different. That is the plan. Now, also against Disruptors, it's probably better to have a few more tanks, like Thors, as you can see. Thors against Disruptors is like every Terran's nightmare, I think. No one ever wants to be in that unit interaction. Or maybe even Bronze League, when people don't know how to, you know, use the abilities on the Disruptors that fast and stuff, maybe. But like, here against the Masters and GMs, absolutely no way I want to fight that trade. Excuse me. Now, we haven't seen a Probe Scout yet, so she's probably not too scared. Sometimes you can tell in even simple behaviors that people are panicking a little bit, or maybe, you know, buying into the mind games a little bit too much, like she just lost to a cheese, maybe she'll scout way earlier, but everything seems to be the same as normal, so I'm just going to be playing a nice straight-up game here with no one being mind gamed, at least not yet. Standard Probe Scout is arriving. Probably going to scout for my double gas again. And this is the point where she might start getting suspicious here, because, yeah, she just lost to a double gas one base all in. I'm going to finish this wall. And maybe I can even enhance the mind game by putting my CC on the high ground. Now, this game, I'm not doing the one base Thor all in like I said. I'm going a little bit for more for a macro approach. But she can't see that because there's a wall off. And for her, it's going to look the exact same way as normal. Now, I don't think I can actually fit a CC here without it being scouted by a probe. So I'm going to have to build it like here, which actually that does look a little bit annoying to do. Maybe I should just look for the worker instead. That seems a little bit smarter. Let's see if the probe is hiding in my natural. Doesn't seem like it. No, okay. So I'm gonna keep my Reaper here in front of my natural. And I'm gonna make the CC here. Because if a probe clicks through my Reaper, it is still gonna see the natural. It's not gonna get all the way here though. And that is what I hope to achieve. Now, should I go for a mine drop or not? Ideally, I actually want to play Banshees from this, I think. But like, Banshee is maybe the perfect choice. Even when she played Stargate, it was just one Oracle, which can actually be dealt with by a Banshee. I'm gonna make one Widow Mine, I think. That seems about right to get my gases saturated. Probe hasn't tried to rescout me. I do think, since the probe is not here, I definitely made a mistake by keeping the Reaper at home, though that's obviously a little bit of hindsight. And I say that because now she might be realizing I'm doing something else because I'm keeping the Reaper at home, which is a little bit a sign of a mind game, right? I'm gonna get my tech lab. This mine could actually be instrumental in my key to victory. If there is... Okay. So she... Oh, that's actually perfect. Wow, look at that. No, this was actually perfect. Even better than I could have expected. Because she saw everything I had in the last game. But not an expansion, right? So that could be perfect. And this mine, why I need it so much, is because this mine can kill an Oracle. If it is an Oracle and it gets into my main, we're actually in a little bit of trouble. If there's no Oracle, then it's going to be fine anyway, I think. But we do definitely need to catch that Oracle. I'm going to move it just a little bit. It's so scary to do that because you just never know where the Oracle's going to fly. Maybe it flies exactly where I had it before. But those things are just unpredictable. I think it's good to have it a little bit more in line with my opponent's base, which it is at right now. Oh, let me just kill this worker right here. That's always going to be nice. We have a gateway. And we do have a Twilight opener. Okay, so I think... when it comes to the builders, it's definitely looking pretty alright. I'm gonna move this Widow Mine a little bit more to the middle of the map. Do I have time to wait for 2 Banshees? I'm not... Actually, you have to be smart here. The last game I played Double Gas, she made a battery in the natural. Battery counters 1 Banshee 100%. You cannot kill workers. So maybe it's smarter to wait for 2. The thing I'm afraid of here the most is that she's going to play 4-gate Blink. 4-gate Blink is good build against Double Gas. It's also good against the Thor Rush, so it would make sense. And it would hit around the time my Banshee finishes. I could be maybe a little bit crazy here and just get like extra defenses up blindly. Though it's probably not the best way to go about it either. I guess we'll see how it works out. Obviously, we're gonna always need a little bit of luck in a game of StarCraft. I'm gonna put this tank right here. And then I'm gonna... Is that an observer I saw? Or am I going crazy? Maybe I'll just go crazy. Okay. I just trying to look for an observer here. That would be nice. And I still need to get my 3rd CC up as well. Right now I'm really... Oh, there's an observer right there. Oof. I did miss it. Okay, I'm not sure what it has seen, but it probably saw everything if I had to guess. Oh, that sucks for us, guys. If that's all the Banshees, we're definitely in a little bit of trouble here. Because our eco is just not that great. If it did... Actually, I might have to go for a tank push. That seems like the most reasonable choice here. I might have to go for a tank push to actually get us back into the game. Though the problem is it's not going to sync with my Banshees anymore. Normally, if you do a tank push with this, you want it to sync with the Banshees. Now that's just not going to be the case. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Alright. Not going our way so far, guys. But who knows? Maybe we'll still get there. Let me actually fly these away. Get 2 factories so we can start actually preparing to make Thors, right? That is the plan. And I do think this is the base of choice because I didn't see workers mining at the other base. Probably should have checked first. Yeah, okay, there we go. And now we're actually in here pretty deep already, which is really good news. Now this base is going to be hard to save, I think. Yeah, actually didn't, you know, even really try to save it. Oh, that looks like charge is being built, which is very scary. Do need to be careful for charge always. I actually need to run for my life here, I think. Gonna use these Banshees to distract. That's the plan. There we go. Probably bringing the Stalkers back now if I had to guess. Yeah, perfect. All right. This worked out super well for us, guys. Awesome. Very happy about all of this. We do still have... I think we have a... Oh, no. I thought I made another Banshee, but I guess I didn't. I was kind of excited to have another 2 Banshees. Like I said, 1 Banshee cannot do anything against the battery. So I was kind of hoping that we would have another one. But I guess we don't. Which is something we're going to have to deal with. Now, is it time to get an eBay, perhaps? Always got to be afraid of DTs at some point. If you're playing against Protoss, guys, you never know when they're going to freaking hit. So now this is really nice. This mine is scouting with the sentry. Ah, I would have loved to kill that sentry. The mine is scouting for us super well. It's going to die now. That means she has an observer at home, which we already knew, of course. But intel is intel. I'm going to try to siege these tanks as close as possible to the wall. And then bring this Banshee back home as well. Try to get a little bit of a wall off up. The scariest thing when you're playing mech is actually the first 10 minutes, because you can so easily get A-moved by a bunch of charge slots before you have, you know, a lot of Hellbats out or something like that. Also need to be afraid of a prism. Ideally, I would start getting some turrets here to deal with the prism. Let's kill that bunker, or salvage that bunker rather. Killing sounds a bit, little bit savage. Maybe a little bit too savage. And in the end, we are getting our money back. I guess we're basically ending like some kind of loaning. Well, I guess you don't really get your money back. If you loan money, you usually get scammed a little bit in some way. So maybe that's not... Well, I guess we did lose 25 minerals if you think about it. Probably too deep for StarCraft. But let's get back to the game here. Now, I think this game I can actually get Banshee speed. There's probably an observer sitting here somewhere. Sadly, we didn't find it with our first scam. Now, oh, okay, that was a fake Phoenix. Oh, that means there probably is no observer, actually. Okay. I do have 6 tanks instead of 3 compared to the other game. This, by the way, what you're witnessing right here is actually more close, or yeah, closer to my normal Thor Banshee build. Tank Banshee into Thors is usually how I like to do it. Gonna have 3 Banshees here. If I have speed, I could really do some good harassment against someone without a Stargate. Now, let's see if I can sneak in here. Hopefully there's no defense. Okay, maybe 1 shot. I'm not gonna stay around for too long, I think. Oh, there's Colossus on the way instead of Disruptors. That is very nice for us, guys. Colossus are way easier to deal with for Thors than Disruptors. That's not even close, really. Now, Disruptors are inevitably gonna be on the way because the Phoenix scouted that I was doing, you know, some trickery again with my Thors and whatnot. So, inevitably, those Disruptors are gonna hit the field at some point. But maybe it's not gonna be as many as last time, and maybe there's also not gonna be any carriers, which is great. Let's get a last depot. Let's see. Yeah, there are the Disruptors. There are 2 Robos, of course. And yeah, I hope this time is just going to go better than last time. We have more Banshees. We have more siege tanks. So we are in a better position to deal with those. So let's see. We don't have Banshee speed yet. We might have to have some really nice dodges against Disruptor shots. Here we go. Might also be a base trade, actually. Base trading is super good against mech in general, actually. Also, do not have Blue Flame this time, which is rough. Let's see if we can siege. Actually, might get a decent shot here. Oh, 2 Disruptors dead. Let's freaking go. That is a massive start. Okay. And now we're just going to inch closer and closer. Let's see what we have. The Banshees are so nice here, actually. Let's split. Oh, really bad split there. Unfortunate. Can't always have it. And that split is kind of our downfall in some ways, because now we don't have enough anti-Zealot, which is very, very difficult to deal with. Now, we do have a few more in the back. Let's see. I do have the Banshees. The Banshees are awesome here. For sure. Let's see. The Thors are a little bit far forward, maybe. The Banshees are doing a really awesome job here, though. And the tanks are alive still in the back, which is nice. And now I can actually use this position to get those Disruptors dead. There we go. Okay, looking pretty decent here. I don't think the army supply is quite little, so... I kind of think we have to run away. This does not look like something I can win here, to be honest. I'm just gonna take my leave here and come back later, really. Let's see. Okay, not on the chase, so I can actually take my 4th base safely, which is going to be nice. Let's get turrets up as well. I think I might actually have to commit more into making Banshees. I think since there's already a decent amount of Disruptors on the field, this might already be a game beyond winning with ground mech units against Protoss. As long as I have enough tanks, there's always a chance, of course, but if we don't, then it's always going to be rough. I'm going to siege those here because I don't have a sensor tower yet. Why are you not repairing? Why are you just following the siege tank? Did I give wrong orders again? It's always my fault, isn't it, guys? Now, I think it's time to get 2 more starports, actually. I just don't have the money right now because we're busy repairing. That is a very awkward place for that Thor to pop out, actually. Okay, let's get here. Maybe we can get into the base. That would be nice. We do have blue flame now, I believe, right? Yeah, there we go. Actually gonna kill a few workers here. Not too many because of the battery, but a few workers always nice. It's a good distraction no matter what. Get a sensor tower there as well. It's funny that zealots are being warped in there instead of like stalkers or so. You'd think stalkers are better at dealing with this than zealots are. Let's see, yeah, we're not at home. I didn't think we would be home. Let's see, where are those SCVs that are doing nothing? Ah, they stopped mining again. Trying to fix my saturation here. It all looks a little bit awkward, I have to admit. Now let's get those extra starports for the Banshees. And I can totally use these Banshees to snipe the Disruptors, but if the micro is good on the other side, that is going to be very difficult. Let's try to get another base as well. I don't know where the army is. Upgrades are... look like it was only +1, right? Yeah, +1 only. That's going to be pretty nice. I'm actually going to be able to kill one here, I think. There we go. One Disruptor for one tank. Probably not the best trade ever, but to be honest, if the Disruptors are dead, my trades are going to be alright, I think. Yeah, I need some more siege tanks here, I believe. Or just more Banshees. It's such an awkward bridge to fight on, you know. This bridge is really making things difficult here. Let's see. Maybe I can get a tank here. Or a Disruptor, rather. Lost one Banshee for it. Basically two, though, unfortunately. I can't believe I dodged the Disruptor shot with a Thor. That should be a world record. That's another title, guys. Not just comeback of the year, we also have world record now. That's great. No, I don't have my upgrades hotkeyed. Let's see, what can I really do here? I don't know, honestly. I think I just need to evacuate this position. There's nothing to be done here, I believe. Oh, she's blinking forward. That's a little bit of an opportunity for me to do damage. Let's see if I can do anything with the... Where are the observers? I don't even see them. Okay. I guess they're really far in the back. Oh, these Raptors, these Thors are so low HP, though. There's also a freaking prism right next to my base, which is annoying. Yeah, exactly. Just as I was gonna say. Yeah, she's gonna be very smart and go for a counterattack. A counterattack, we have to be honest here, guys. Counterattack, nothing you can do against with mech, so I just have to join. There's no real going back. I just have to go for it and hope that somehow... I'm actually gonna sacrifice all these SCVs here, so I can make more units. That is the plan. I need to get these Thors there as well. The other side. Oh, we're actually gonna have a little bit of a recall here. That's a really surprising... That is not a good recall, guys. I can tell you guys that much. That was not a good recall at all. That's gonna be so many units killed for free. Let's try to target that Disruptor. Man, it really is impossible to run from them. I was so far away and I still lost 2. Now the Zealots are gonna come in... Oh, I don't have my army hotkey on accident. That is rough. Still looks like a somewhat decent trade though, but yeah, the Zealots are definitely gonna reign supreme here. Let's see if I can actually recover. I actually landed this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh my god, that pylon can't even die to the 2 Thors. No way. Look at that freaking pylon. That is insane. Alright, now we do have 2 Banshees. Maybe I can use these to actually get something done. I do have a good amount of bases. For some reason, there's no workers here. I don't know what the hell happened there. Probably some weird stuff again. I actually have no idea why there's no workers on that base. That cost me a lot of money. That is actually a little bit of a frustrating mistake. Not a fan of that. Might have to get a planetary up here, actually. You could be... Are they coming? Oh, not yet. Okay. Actually gonna use all my Banshees, I think. Yeah, the Banshees are probably the key here. I could make Banshees, Thors, tanks. I'm not quite sure what the answer here is. It's also really hard to predict... I might have this base, by the way. It's really hard to predict whether there are carriers on the way. Like, if there's ever carriers on the way, you're not 100% prepared, you're just dead. So that is a big problem. Yeah, we got a Stalker there in revenge, which is nice. Let's see how many workers we can actually kill with this. Probably not that many, since there's cannons. Maybe I can get the workers here, though. Oh, there's actually no workers here yet. Maybe I can get a transfer. It doesn't look like we're lucky this time. That is unfortunate. See if we can get, like, a fat hit, maybe. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, actually... Oh, that was almost a fat hit. Okay, so there's Tempest instead of Carriers. Yeah, personally, I just think that's a mistake. Carriers is just kind of like a free win card against mech when you get too many, but I guess we'll take it. Maybe I'll even make some Vikings. Like, Tempest is really not the worst thing. I thought it was going to be something worse that would pop up rather than Tempest. So, you guys can probably tell I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm winning the game, but it gives me a little bit of hope back. You know, it gives me a little bit of hope. Actually, as many Banshees as there are Stalkers. I'll probably kill a few of those. I don't know why there's observers everywhere, but I guess something I have to deal with. 3-2 upgrades as well. That's very good upgrades. Oh, that's a misclick. Might lose a Banshee for that. Yep. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm actually even considering getting... yeah. I could get ravens. Like, ravens are kind of a useless unit here. But I could get them. The problem here is those Tempests. I cannot... or the Disruptors, sorry. I cannot deal with the Disruptors. I guess now I'm the one that's gonna have to counterattack. Because the Disruptors just block me out completely from doing anything at all. So I will have to respect that and just go for a counter here. Probably gonna come back. I see that there's an Observer right there. Could probably kill that with the Thors. There we go. Let's see if there's any Disruptors up here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, actually a decent dodge on that Disruptor. Not bad. I mean, now the tanks are in position, it looks alright here. It doesn't look so bad. I only have a few upgrades though, that's the unfortunate part. See, can I get some shots off? No. Oh, actually only one tank going down. Could have been worse. Thought it was probably going to be 2 tanks there. Oh, there's 2 Archons that are going to go down here. Wait, there's a green battery again? Sometimes I really think that has no cooldown, actually. That's just crazy. It felt like he literally just used it on the freaking right side. That is actually insane. Yeah, his composition or her composition is super, super good here against mine. And I don't have any scans. Where's my scans? There it is. I knew I had one orbital that I didn't hotkey. Excuse me. I tried to send a Thor here, but I guess it is going to be a little bit slow. There's an Oracle coming out as well. I think there's just too many observers. I think that's the main problem in this game. Because every move is just countered by whatever it is, you know. And I think it's probably because there's just observers everywhere. I do have a Raven, though. So you would imagine that, you know, the observers are going to die at some point. But I guess not. We got the Oracle, which is great. Wait, this actually survived longer than I expected. It's pretty sick. I have another planetary right there as well. Not bad at all. Okay. So there's the prism going down. Even has 4 zealots inside, by the way. So that's very nice. And I guess now we'll just be sieging these bases. This is a really good position. Oh, I need to be really careful here with these units. Oh, that's just Archons. The Archons are all going to die, actually. Even the Tempests are in a bad position here. This is an insane fight for us, guys. This is the best fight we could have ever had here, I think. I do need to be really careful with the rallies, though. I can't have the rallies come in. Wait. Oh, I didn't have high ground vision. I was wondering, how did that Disruptor shoot me for free? But there was no high ground vision, sadly. So we are being counter-attacked. Let's see what my Thor can do. Thors are really good against these Archons, like I've mentioned before. So definitely some potential here. Might actually be a kind of a crazy counter-attack. Let's see, I have 2 more Thors here as well. Wait, the base is still alive. Oh my goodness, this game is actually going insane somehow. I don't really have any workers. I do really need those. And this random freaking planetary I built is actually saving me so hard. Let's see. Oh, there's more carriers on the way. That is definitely rough. Not sure I can deal with all those carriers at some point. I do have a decent amount of Thors, but is it going to be enough? That I don't know. Don't need to be really careful with all these units. Losing too many units for free. Yeah, this base is pretty much screwed. Yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe we can get in here now a little bit. Oh, that's so many units up there, huh? Probably a little bit too many. Especially because the units are going to come from behind as well. This dodge? No, undodgeable. Okay, maybe we can drop a turret here and there. I do have 5 Thors here, by the way, which is incredible. Okay. Well, for a second I thought I lost my Raven. Thank goodness not the case. Okay. Oh, some Stalkers for free. Let's try to get up in here. I think he actually does have an... Or she. Sorry, I keep mistaking it. Not used to playing against, you know, not male players, I guess. I keep mistaking... what did I actually forgot what I wanted to say here. Oh, I was gonna say she could totally A-move me with all her zealots. Wait, she recalled? Wait, no way. That's actually a little bit of potential here, guys. Like, I know my 5 Thors died, but I do have my main army in the main right now. I'm actually sweating. This game is freaking incredible. How long have I been recording for even? I don't know. Is it like a 50-minute episode or so? Or an hour? This is insane. Let's see what is there. It's really not that big of an army. I need to keep making Thors. If I ever lose all my Thors, the carriers will just kill everything I have. That's the problem. Okay, so the units now are moving in. Looks like. I'm gonna actually move my Thors again. Maybe I can make another Raven as well. Let's see. Was that a little bit of a check? That seemed like a little bit of a check. Like, what's up there? Disruptor shots missed, which is fantastic. Okay, here we go. The Thor army. I actually do not have enough scans, unfortunately. Let's see. Maybe I should be the one surrounding. I'm actually going to go back with this army. I do have less income for sure. I'm just going to try to fly this base over here. There we go. You think I have so many SCVs here that are not really doing anything. Well, I'm really glad I moved those back. That looked like it was going to be a disaster. The problem is there's probably disruptors waiting below this ramp for me. And I cannot really move down against those. Okay. There's actually nothing here so far, which is sick. Try to repair this for as long as I can. It's going to be even more of a base trade, I guess. Let's move back to this planetary. I think there's no point in being here. Oh, land, please. What are you doing? Is there a freaking DT there? There is a DT there. Yeah. I thought it was just being blocked because of the SCVs. That is unfortunate. Let's get a turret out. And I'm afraid that now I'm going to get surrounded. And I think if I get surrounded... Like, the Zealots really, I think, could have killed me a while ago. Which is just playing very, very safe. Let's see where the Zealots are. Not quite here yet, actually. Dude, it's the freaking observers. Or she's a hacker, but it's probably the observer. Oh, no. I have a planetary, but it's actually pretty far. Let's see here, put down an anti-armor missile. Good thing I have this planetary here. I did see one of the observers finally. So this has to be one of her last bases going down. I think she might have actually this one on this side. Okay, let's drop some auto turrets and then fall back. Let's see. Yeah, there's a base here as I thought. Probably could deny this with a few Hellions. Maybe I have to make a few more. Could be pretty sick. I'm actually going to morph this into a Hellbat. Look at the kills here. It's going to be huge. There we go. 7 workers killed. It's really not bad. I mean, my army's still alive because she let it live. She really should be killing my army for free here, but she's not gonna do it. So I'll just add a few more Hellions, and maybe then I don't know. I feel like I need a miracle, but who knows, guys? At this point, who knows? Gonna make one more Raven as well. You never know when the Ravens are gonna come in clutch. Not usually a good unit against Protoss, but who knows? Maybe the Raven is gonna freaking kill. Oh, please don't bug yourselves. Okay, there we go. Maybe the Raven is gonna disable a Disruptor when you most need it. You really never know. I did kill a bunch of units there, actually. And now I lost my last mining base. It's definitely time to go here. That's a very unfortunate time to morph Hellbats, by the way, but I guess it is what it is. And I need to definitely surround this. I cannot win this without a surround. There's absolutely no chance. I'm gonna go here and here. This is a freaking insane fight, by the way. Holy. Okay, gotta dodge those. I'm also coming from here. Oh no, my Thor is derped. Really bad pathing there because of the gateway that's basically blocking my units. That's unfortunate. Our army does look like it's still decently sized, but I have absolutely no income here whatsoever. That's the big problem. Okay, I think we might have to go for this actually. Oh, it's mostly just disruptors firing still. Okay, here we go. It is time. It is time. See if I can get those. Oh, really good disables there on the disruptors. I got all of them, actually. This is the only fight I could ever win, guys. Here we go. The only fight I could ever win against these units. Maybe walking up this ramp as well. The shots did fire on most of the disruptors. I think there's only 1 shot left. Probably gonna kill 2 Thors, yeah. Nothing we can do against it, though, so we just have to live with it. Let's see. Pretty good. I mean, I feel like I'm microing as well as you possibly could with these units. Let's see. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do left, though. There are disruptors. I mean, this is the final base, perhaps. Let's see. Let's try to only lose 1 Thor per disruptor. I guess that's all I can do. But you can see there is really no counter here, and that's going to be it. Well, we tried our best. I think it was actually a really epic game. Pretty happy that I tried this. I thought it might have been a little bit of a disaster against Protoss, but actually it was a really awesome game. 25-minute long ultra banger. Yeah, well played by Nina. She made the right moves. I think she made some mistakes here and there. Maybe recalling at the wrong moments. Maybe being a little bit too scared, honestly, because my army would have gotten obliterated by a good amount of Zealots. But I think it was a really good game. I think Nina, I always know her as a clutch player. She's not just gonna attack into you when it's unfortunate. She will always try to get another base, do a base raid here and there. So well played by her. And I think it was a really cool episode with Thors. As always, let me know what units you guys want to see in the next week, or what challenge, what handicap, whatever. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.